Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more City Skylines in new Pravsburg, playing with the Green Cities expansion. So I've completely reworked the international airport. I'm pretty satisfied with how it's turning out now. We've got bus routes going in and around, we got taxis, the place looks pretty beautified. These parking lots probably don't do actually anything, but it seems appropriate to have parking lots outside of an international airport, don't you think? And, of course, some parks and some carefully manicured landscaping. I think it looks pretty darn good. One advantage, by the way, of this international airport is it actually comes with a metro stop built into it. So I actually have 3 different lines that are now ending up here in the international airport and then taking people all over the city from there. I got another touchdown. Hi, carrying 141 passengers. That's not bad. Now, the thing about the metro is I'm not really expecting to see a lot of usage of these buses and such. I mean, most people will take whatever the nearest travel option is, and that car just spawned out of frickin' nowhere, didn't it? Whatever, they'll use whatever the closest method of travel is usually, so I expect to see that the metro is our primary source of travel here. By the way, I do not have a mod installed to get the crosswalks placed the way I want, so after I did these bus avenues right here, I had to specifically upgrade to a decorative type, which, because there's a change in road type, led to a crosswalk, so that was one way to try and be sneaky with the game. But anyway, yeah, quite happy with how it's turned out. Hopefully that brings in a heck of a lot more tourism. Okay, so I was planning on finishing the series this week, but now that we have access to monuments and some pretty ambitious projects, I kind of don't want to walk away. I kind of want to keep playing at least for a little bit longer, and that is exactly what we are going to do. There's at least a couple of these monuments that I would really like to get. If we go here, the Eden project would be pretty darn fun. Now, in order to do that, we need a business park, we need an official park, we need a services center, and we need a statue of industry. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get some of these. They're going to be a little bit of a pain, but it would be kind of cool. Hadron Collider, of course, is quite good as far as providing education for the entire city, fusion power for unlimited power. Space elevator's okay. We're actually surprisingly close to doing this. I can do it pretty much now if I want to, and it would give me a huge influx of tourists, so this would make some sense for me. Medical Center, we're nowhere close. Doomsday Vault, not a chance. The Ultimate Recycling Plant makes sense, though. This is introduced in Green Cities. We would need to get the Lungs of the City, the Climate Research Station, and the Floating Gardens. If we wanted to do some of that, what's involved? So let's see. That one we have. That one we have. Okay, Floating Gardens. We would need 5,000 squares of organic and local produce specialization built. Now, fortunately, in the new area that I built down here, Stugu, thanks, Inyali. It's already going to have some local produce, so I'm hoping that that's going to end up being just fine. So I don't expect we have to do much of anything there. This will happen on its own. Lungs of the City, we can absolutely do pretty much anytime we want, and this would be beautifying, at least to an extent. So, you know, maybe we do want to place this somewhere. I'm not really sure where yet. Could place it right over here in this corner, you know, and then place some more roads around it. It's not even a bad idea. You know what? Yes, we will place the Lungs of the City right here. There we go. It's just a giant redwood park, basically. That's all that it is, but it's going to look awesome. So we'll have that done. Next, we would need the Climate Research Center. So this needs 5,000 squares of farming. That is so many farms. I mean, even with the farming specialization we're doing down here, like, there's no way, right? I mean, maybe if I bought this tile down here and got even more of the good lands, we could try doing something like that, but still. That just feels like a lot, man, and we don't have anywhere near that much industrial demand, so I'm a little concerned about that. But we can try getting creative with it. In the meantime, we're at least one step closer, and then for level 1, we already do have the Bird and Bee Haven. Okay, so then if we wanted to get the space elevator, that would require us getting a transport tower, which I suppose we might as well go ahead and do, and I'm going to place you right here. There we go. Now we have the transport tower. It's going to look glorious. Let's get ourselves a nice decorative road. It's going to come out this direction, like so. Then it's going to go over... Yeah, can't quite do that. Hang on. Hang on. I want to get you... It's already supposed to snap. It's not doing a very good job of it, though. Nope, nope, nope. You had it for a second there. Hang on. That. No? Well, why not? It's so close until it gets to this point, and then all of a sudden it doesn't know what the heck it's doing. Is there a node in a weird spot here somewhere? Am I missing something? It's this right here, I think. Hang on. Can we move you? It's a little silly and cheaty. but I think we can do that. There we go. Haha, solved the problem. Okay, now we can get some roads around there. So that's another big building done and out of the way. So if we want to finish up that space elevator, we just need to find space for a stadium and an expo center. Easy enough. Loads of tourists means loads of money and commercial sales. And then, of course, we just have to wait until we get farming and we get local produce. So this is probably our ultimate goal. Everything else here, courthouses, Lazarette Plaza, we just need to have, like, incredibly bad health. Like, the medical center is a little bit difficult to get. Hadron Collider, we're nowhere close to doing this either. We'll be involved in getting things like the Statues of Industry. Hang on, let's take a quick look-see. So this one's required for the medical center. This one's required for the Hadron Collider. Fusion power plants. Eden Project. Okay, 10,000 squares of industrial zone. Well, we've been building a lot of offices. That's one of the reasons we don't have that yet. We already have that one. Colossal Order, weekly education expenses 20,000. Easily done, we just raise our budget. And then the business park, 20,000 squares of commercial zone. And then we'd be done with some of that. Huh. So we have to spend more money, we have to get a lot of industrial and a lot of commercial, basically is what it comes down to. And if we can actually build out some of these farms, that would probably do a lot of the same stuff. Unfortunately, our farms are having problems where, once again, we cannot get enough workers. Because nobody wants to go and do a basic job at a farm when they could go and get a fancy degree and use that at an office. It's unfortunate, really. Maybe we have really no choice but to do some IT specialization everywhere. Can this be a thing that we do? Is this worth it? I mean, I'd have to get rid of a lot of offices here, but this would free up a load of jobs, or a lot of workers to go and pursue new jobs. All right, IT specialization it is. Say goodbye to most of our offices. I am so sorry, but it has to be done. Of course, now this just feels horrible. We've got this big open space with no industrial demand, so it's like, well, say goodbye to all those offices. Eek. All right. Well, not much to do, honestly, aside from kind of letting the demand fill out over here. We do need more squares of and commercials somewhere. Where can we fill in some more commercial demand? I've already kind of got this Empire Park doing its thing. I don't know yet. So while we let a lot of that stuff run, let's go ahead and plan out an Expo Center and a stadium. I'm thinking we place it somewhere over in this general area. Not too far from a lot of the tourist areas, not too far from the airport for those who want to fly in specifically for some sort of an expose or some PAX or whatever. I don't know, something. We'll build something in this direction. Let's see. I can take advantage of some of the avenues that already exist, though we probably will want to have a specialized highway exit in this area specifically for that purpose. So let's go ahead and do exactly that by demolishing some of the highway and then rebuilding. So let's start with a kind of weird area like this. It's not exactly a grid. It's a little uneven, but the asymmetry is the beauty, right? Nah, it's going to upset some people. That's fine, though. I'm okay with that. I can live with it. We'll place an Expo Center probably right over... Actually, let's start with the... That's an aquarium. Yeah, apparently we unlocked this. When did we get that? I don't know. Stadium. Hey, we do have access to the floating gardens now. Perfect. Okay, so the stadium... We're going to place right over here somewhere. Like this? I think that's a pretty decent location. Ugh! What happened to the textures here, though? Well, that's truly unfortunate. Hang on. Page down. Fix this. Fix this nonsense. I don't like it. I don't like the way that you got it situated there. Come on. Come on. Down you go. Okay. We'll fix it. Hang on. Hang on. Cheap terraforming has to happen here. Okay, so we'll have a stadium right there, and then if we place the Expo Center... Where are you? Was level 1? No, what was it? Did we lose access to it? No, it's level 5. There we go. Expo Center we can place right over... probably over here somewhere next to a couple of these medium roads. Something like this should be A-okay, I think. There we go. Stadium, Expo Center. And we can make this area into a more or less commercial area. Might even make it more of a tourist area and have this space elevator out here eventually, too. In which case, if we do a tourist area, we can have a lot of hotels. That probably does make a lot of sense for the tourism area. And then we'll want to have some sort of a transport mode that helps them get directly from this area over to Rowan's Path and the rest of the attractions. We'll go ahead and call this Innovation Corner or something like that. Seems reasonable enough. And then over here, of course, if we have any offices, they will be IT specialized. And we want to have a tourist-specific area. Nothing else here should really matter. And do I care if it's self-sustaining? I guess if it's going to be innovative, then sure, why not? It's got to show off the best of us. Okay, so while this is all building out, using my commercial demand to create all these hotels, we have a metro line set up, everything seems good. Let's look at building up the floating gardens. What is involved in the floating gardens? Ah, it's just something like this. Okay. Well, then, we should probably place it close to Rowan's Path. I don't want to put it in the way of the cruise ship, so maybe just off to the side, kind of like this. $70,000 gone. And there we go. The floating gardens. It's a giant donut wheel. Just sitting in the water, bobbing and weaving and making people sick. What does this do exactly? Take water directly from the body of water beneath and grow magnificent plants. Citizens love to visit the gardens. How? No, for real though. How do you get there? Because I'm looking at this pier and I'm thinking the water levels aren't nearly high enough to get a ship over there. It doesn't make any sense. Whatever, we've got it. So if we wanted to build ourselves a space elevator, then all we have to do is store up $1.5 million. It's gonna take a while. Well, it doesn't have to take forever, but we'll just have to sit on our cash for a little bit and not do anything crazy. You know, we never did look at the ocean thermal energy conversion plant. Looks like another thing that can just be built off of the key. It creates a lot of noise, unfortunately. A lot of noise, actually. But yeah, this thing's supposed to create some energy. How much does it do? 480 megawatts for $6,400 a week? That's not a very good price, honestly. There are definitely better. I suspect one of the reasons you're paying a premium is because it takes up a relatively small amount of space, but as far as just overall value, the solar updraft tower seems pretty hard to beat. Nuclear energy's not as good. Solar's really quite good. Usually pays for itself and then some. Hydro can be good in really good circumstances. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to think these solar updraft towers might be the way of the future. These things are great. Oh, we finally have $1.5 million. It's taken a lot longer than I expected, but we can build the space elevator. Something like this, apparently. It is quite noisy, unfortunately. Which is going to drive down land values quite a bit. I wonder where we want to place this. Do we want to do something like over here, for example? This might be a teensy bit better. Maybe. You know, yeah, I think that's exactly kind of what we want to do. Let's grab a nice decorative road. We'll have it be on straight. We're going to bring you all the way out here. There we go. And then we will place the space elevator right over here. Boom. Okay. There it is. The space elevator. Oh no, the space elevator doesn't have water. Wasn't aware it even needed water. Okay. How is this even a space elevator? I don't see the rope running all the way into space, do you? No, I definitely do not. Where are all these people? Whoa! Whoa! People are just pouring out! Oh my god! I guess people are coming from space! Well, they weren't kidding when they said that I'm going to get a load of extra tourists. Okay, well, clearly I need to get some sort of transportation over here ASAP. Oh gosh darn, we are so close to having the climate research station. Only a few hundred more squares of farming and we'd have it. And then we'd be able to build the thing. Which thing was it again? It was the ultimate recycling plant, yes. Maybe something we have to work on relatively soon. Where can I do more? I guess we could do more farming down here. Technically, this would probably be all we need. Between this area and this area down here. Maybe. The big problem here is that I don't actually have a lot of industrial demand. It's really all about that residential and commercial at the moment. Okay. You know one thing we're going to do? We're going to go down here, and we're going to expand some roads. And we're probably going to build another university down here in Innovation Corner. Honestly, I think that would be just fine. Big part of the reason for that is if we have 3 universities, we'd be able to unlock something new. What is it? It is not that. It is... Well, we're almost very highly educated. 50% of the population highly educated for the Modern Art Museum. That could be nice. It's not what I'm thinking of, though. 7 instances of university for a grand library? Jeez. No, thank you. Ah, there it is. The Theater of Wonders would require 3 instances of the university. So really I get access to this long before I get whatever the 7 instances was? That seems like a pretty bad prize to me, but okay. Aha! We can finally build the climate research station. It only took for frickin' ever. Alright, climate research. Climate research. Where do we want to place something like this? I would think probably still an innovation corner, right? Is this creating a lot of noise? Is that what's going on here? I have no idea. We could place it right over here if we wanted, though. It would tear down some of the roads and stuff that I've built, but that's probably okay. Okay, we're going to do a climate research center right here, right next to the space elevator. Can't imagine that ever going wrong. Oh, for some reason I thought this was a power tower. No, it's something completely different. Okay, well now we have one of those. So if we've already got all of that, can we actually... Yeah, we can totally build the ultimate recycling plant. It costs $750,000 and costs me $8,000 per week to maintain it. And it is pretty big, all in all. Where would I want to put this, I wonder? Do I want to put it down here and just replace one of these recycling plants? Well, no, not necessarily. So this particular recycling plant, if I understand correctly, does create goods and raw materials out of the waste. So we want to have the ability for it to go directly to the industry or to get exported. And if that's the case, maybe it makes the most sense to place it somewhere down here where it's already relatively close to the train station. I think that is, in fact, very sensible. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of some of this nonsense. And then we're going to place the ultimate recycling center right here. There it is. In all of its beauty. It's surprisingly blocky. But yes, indeed, this will take care of garbage collection for the entire city for the rest of the game. At least it dang well better. Well, we're pretty high up there. Let's see. We can process up to 1.2 million units per week currently. This thing alone, it looks like can produce about 1 million. So unless I'm very much mistaken, I probably can go ahead and just start getting rid of some of these things, especially the ones that could conceivably be causing sickness in my town, like this little guy right over here. That doesn't need to be there. This little guy right here don't need to be there no more. How about you? You don't need to be near a university. Pollution next to my students? That's crazy. We'll just get rid of those for now. And indeed, it did reduce my garbage processing status a fair bit. Still, I mean, that's a pretty cool thing. And now we have a second monument done and ready to go. I think we might actually have access to a couple more unique buildings now that the game's had a chance to run for a little bit. We do have the Modern Art Museum. $130,000 required for the fusion power plant. But yeah, I don't remember what this is required. Was it like 50% highly educated, or was it 3 universities? Do I have a third one? I don't think I placed a third. I don't know. Maybe the Modern Technical Institute did actually count. I was worried it wouldn't. All right, well. We can place one right down here, which I think makes sense, given that it is still Innovation Corner, where we have a lot of tourism. And that's kind of a cool-looking building. I've always liked stuff like this, you know? I mean, it looks horribly impractical, but the asymmetry of it all, I don't know. It's modern. It's very chic. Don't you think? I think so. All right, what else we got? We got to get some, we have the Colossal Order buildings. The HQ of Colossal Order, the super successful games company that makes millions. Also the developers of this game. So, way to pat yourselves on the back there, eh? Yeah, I'm just joking, of course. We can place it right over... You know what? We'll place it right there. I actually don't like placing the building just because I don't like the big Colossal Order icon in the middle of my city, but yeah, whatever. We'll go ahead and place it anyway. Is there anything else we have unlocked right now? Not quite. So we're still missing a few things for the Eden project, such as commercial zoning. We do need another couple thousand squares of that. We already... Where's this for the Eden? So we need city service buildings. Do I seriously have 265? Yikes. All right, we'll be able to place some more of those in a little bit. Eden, I guess the easier way to check is just to look here. What are we missing then? The official park, we already saw that. That one we just looked at. And then there's the Statue of Industry, which I think is a level 1 building? No, not Meteorite Park, not Plaza of the Dead. Yeah, there we go. So 1,000 more industrial zone and 2,000 more commercial. And then we just have to get like a whole bunch of city service buildings. And if we can do that, then I think we'll actually be able to build the Eden project too. You know, I am surprised to see that the ironworks seems to be doing just fine now. Get away from that iron stuff, and it's like, hey, look, thriving industry. Still a little bit far away from the town, looks kind of goofy, but hey, at least it wasn't a total waste of space. Also, according to the water map, we are completely devoid of water pollution. Do I believe it? No, not really. You know, I wonder if part of the way that these floating collectors are supposed to work is that water's supposed to flow through them. Because right now, the water's pretty much stagnant right here, right? But I'm wondering if this were placed in like a river where the water flows through, if its collection would be a lot more effective. Maybe, maybe not. I'm not too sure, but either way, let's go ahead and get rid of a few of these because they are costing me a lot of money, and apparently I don't need them anymore, so... And if they're not going to clean this up for me, then why am I paying for it? I don't know, but either way. Okay, good. So, no pollution, technically. Sure doesn't look that way, but I'm happy about it. Ugh, come on! I'm only like 100 industrial squares from the Statue of Industry! Why has it gotta be so gosh dang hard? We're also, like, only 400 squares away from the business park, too. Come on, I just want to get those two down. If I can just get both of those down, I'll be happy, and I'll stop asking for things, okay? And I'll end the video. It'll be great. Come on. Come on, let's do it. Well, we can at least get the business park. Jeez. It only took for frickin' ever. But alright, I am looking forward to putting this down. Where should we do it? Ooh, that's a good question. I had plenty of time to think about it, and I didn't. Where should we put it? You know, I haven't done anything over in this area in quite some time. Maybe I can fit it. You know what? Like, right here seems really cool to me. Yeah, I like this location. Boom! There we go. We got a big arch in the middle of this area. What does this tell us about the city? I don't know. That we like impractical buildings that serve no function. Well, I seem to have lost progress with the Statue of Industry, and I'm actively losing even more, so I guess that's not going to happen in this particular video. Oh well. Maybe eventually I can get some, I just need a bit more industrial demand. It's proven a little bit difficult, but oh well. Yeah, we'll get there next time. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. I think we have one more video in us for this series, so... If you guys have any suggestions on something you'd like to see, I'm thinking maybe SpaceX over here would be kind of fun. Go for the Eden Project. Anything else you think is really worth it, now is the time to let me know. Thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.